Hey, what's your unconscious up to? Have you ever dreamed of a throuple, a love triangle, that you were being cheated on? Maybe you were the cheater. Hey, my name is Valerie. I'm a Jungian coach, accredited and certified. And the reason I did that is because I've been working with my unconscious for decades, and I found it's the fastest and most fascinating way for transformation. So let's say you're having dreams or have had a dream of a love triangle. And in the dream seminars and workshops I've attended, they always list the dream themes, the most common dream themes being you're being chased, you show up for an exam, you don't know anything, you are falling, flying, and no one talks about the love triangle dreams. And they are just as common, and they show you something so important. So let's get into it. You can try to literalize the dream. A lot of people do, like, oh, I dreamed he was cheating on me and I think he is. Maybe that is true, because the unconscious does pick up on things our conscious mind just doesn't have the bandwidth for. But even if it's true, what I'm about to tell you about what the dream means is also true. So, 2 dream examples. Here's an example. 1, Sue. Sue is in bed sleeping with her person of interest, the man, and then there's another lady in the dream, and they're all just like sleeping. So it's morning time. They start to wake up. Sue wakes up. She starts to get out of bed, and she's afraid to kind of look behind her because she heard a noise and she doesn't want to see what she thinks is happening, but she goes ahead and looks, and the other lady is kissing her man. Sue freaks out and goes screaming out of the room. Dream 2, Mary. Mary is in a home with her ex-husband, and the ex-husband asked her, hey, do you mind if my girlfriend comes over? And Mary said, okay, she can come over. Well, the girlfriend shows up, says hi to Mary. Mary says hi to her and says, oh, you can stay, but if you start to bother me, I'm going to ask you to leave. Now, before I get into what that means, both dreams, notice the difference, where one is the dreamer is afraid to even look, afraid to recognize. She's just riddled with fear and terror and literally goes screaming out of the room. In the second dream, we see some progress with Mary. She's like, yes, she can come over, but if she bothers me, I'm going to ask her to leave. She's not afraid. She's more like in command. And that's where we hope to get eventually. But there's another step after that I'm going to share with you. So who are these people in the dream? Well, all of us ladies have an internal masculine. Carl Jung called it the animus. And if we do not have a relationship with our inner male, he's going to hook up with the shadow. He will hook up with your shadow. And that's what we're seeing in these dreams. Now, isn't that fascinating? So some of us who had an absent father, neglectful father, I had an adversarial stepfather, that is deep in our unconscious as our way of relating to men. So in my unconscious, what was deep in there was men are adversaries. Sure, in the beginning, it's all good. I can meet the most wonderful man, but I'm going to turn him into an adversary. I might start nitpicking this wonderful man and start acting toward him like he's my enemy, and thus be on the hell loop and repeat that over and over again in my relationships until I wake up to that dynamic within myself. So the inner masculine, your animus, has hooked up with your shadow. So let's talk about the shadow lady in these dreams. And shadow is a part of yourself you don't recognize. You've repressed it. So in the first dream, the shadow lady, she's cool. She wakes up in the morning, she's not going to get out of bed. She has a man right there next to her and she wants to kiss him. She's not looking around, who's going to see, oh, maybe I shouldn't. No, She does what is natural to her, which is to have a warm, cuddly moment with the man laying next to her. In the second dream, the shadow comes in as the girlfriend. She's cool. She says hello to the ex-wife. The ex-wife says, hey, if you bother me, I'm going to ask you to leave. She's like, okay. And then she goes and is with her man. She's cool. But those of us who have experienced trauma in childhood, abandonment, neglect, all those things, we are not cool. We're not cool with any of it or anything, and we're on guard and we're hyper vigilant. And so these dreams are showing us our inner dynamic. Dreams always show us what we do not know. And so it's a snapshot of what is going on internally. And so you see progress from the first dream to the second dream. And then you'll start to have a third type dream. And that is where there isn't a third party. It's you and the man, and you might be kissing or cuddling or lying next to each other, having these warm moments. And that is you having the inner union. And so if these types of dynamics are something you feel you are afflicted with, this kink can be worked out. You can be on the path from running out of the room screaming to, okay, don't bother me. It's cool, you're here, but don't bother me. To, it's just you and your inner male having your warm, beautiful moments. That is the progression of the process. And if you're interested in working through this process, feel free to reach out to me. The unconscious always has a mystery to unfold to make our lives better. Until we meet again, sweet dreams.